Hi, good afternoon. It's what is today? Wednesday, February 19th. It is late in the day, 5:21. I should have really done this reflection first thing. Since being home, I'm a little set back. I think this is my first free moment alone since returning to the States on Sunday. And then I jumped straight back into client work, full day Monday, full day Tuesday, and full day today. But I got home, I had a client move their appointment to Friday. Otherwise, I'd still be there right now. And so I'm kind of grateful for that change. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm doing like a ton of laundry from these last few days of body work. Hey, kitty. Hi. What's happening? You're short. He's cute. And so I've been behind on my reflections. I usually like to do them first thing in the morning. So this is something I practiced yesterday. God's voice, it's lesson 49. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. And I felt this quietness sort of come over me yesterday as I was briefly thinking about this. And admittedly, I didn't practice it as much as I wanted to because of the busyness of my day. I was literally back-to-back clients all day and long sessions and deep sessions. I started the day with craniosacral, I ended the day with cranio, and then 2 big treatments in the middle of the day. I'm barely having time to eat. I'm finding time though, because that's important. And then today, my husband gets home in a couple hours. He had to run to Indiana to look at a saxophone for his son. Things are weird here. Just crossing state lines to look at saxophones. I read his text message too quickly in between clients, and it threw me off. And his text message, I read it, it said, like, real quick in passing, I was like, I'm going to see the Indian sex guy. I'll be back later. And I'm like, what? The Indian sex guy? No, the Indiana sax guy. I forgot to tell him that. He's gonna get a kick out of that when I just remembered. Sorry, it looks like I'm wounded. It's my lights. So anyway, God's voice speaks to me all through the day, and I felt like, and it carried into today. I just felt this quietness, and it's I love it. It's just it's a stillness. I just feel like I'm comfortable not listening to music. I'm comfortable not watching a podcast to fill up every minute of my time and space. I was just folding the laundry, like folding all my linens yesterday between clients in peace and quiet in my little closet. And then in my storage room and the studio. And then today I just felt quiet, like setting up my studio for the day, resetting it at the end of today. And it was just like, I like this. And then I had a Reiki session for myself. I went to see my practitioner this morning. And I even woke up like at 3 something, and instead of jumping right up and being like, I could use all this extra time to do stuff, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to go back to sleep right there with my husband. And, I haven't gotten to see him for a month. So I'm like, spoons, please. I was giving off the spoon me vibes. And he did. And I was like, oh, it worked. I didn't even have to say anything because he was still asleep. And then I was just like falling back to sleep. And I started to get the craziest downloads like, this has happened to me before, and it's like, I knew it was happening because that's when they say the veil is thinner, when you're kind of in between the waking and sleeping state. And so I can't describe it adequately, but it's happened to me a few times before. And this morning I woke up thinking about, like, something is about to emerge. I sense it, like maybe recovered memories from childhood trauma, like something big is coming. And I don't know how else to say it other than that. And so it brings a sort of like stillness, reverence, humility, just a sacred feeling of like, let's allow, like of allowing something to come forth that I've been waiting for, because I keep asking. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my hair. It's so dry here. I have no curls anymore. So it's just like I've sensed that something had yet to emerge. Like, you know how like healing, when you're healing deep wounds, it's like, I don't know, you can use so many analogies. I think of like an onion. I have both cats in here, and this guy, where is he? Here, oh. He just sneezed. Agador, where you going? You can hang out. There, he sat down to clean himself. I like having my babies near me. And this guy won't leave my side since coming home. I love it so much. Hey, Jelly Bean. Meow. Hey, Agador. Hi. How was your day? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Gotcha. So, sorry, I get sidetracked because these guys are so cute. Don't tell me they're not. I will not believe you. So I feel like whenever I feel like the next layer of the onion is about to like, so I've peeled it off and I'm like, oh, what's underneath? And that's not a great analogy because like, you're fine for a while, la 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 la. I'm integrating the lessons learned. I've gone through some healing. I'm integrating. And then it's like the stillness descends again. And it's like, ooh, I hear the rumblings of like something's going to come up from the depths. And I've been feeling that since getting home. I felt it like during my travels. I felt it like my travels. It was interesting because I had a long layover in Houston. So I slept in the air. Slept. No one sleeps in an airport. Some people can. I saw a couple of dudes doing it very skillfully. And I was like, oh, that's nice. And so there I landed in Houston. And then I had a night in the airport and then fly out the next morning. And that whole night, it went pretty quickly. I was happy about that. And I found some comfort here and there. And I dozed like a few 10-minute increments, maybe. And then I did one of these. Like, ugh, I hope no one saw that. And so I feel like during that quiet time, and it was neat because I was literally in an airport and I'm like, I'm in this in-between worlds state, literally. And then I felt the figuratively part of that. Nothing to see here. I just took some candy wrappers out of my pocket. Shh. They're little Andes Mints wrappers that I found from Christmas. I've been naughty since being back in the States. Probably gained back my 10 pounds in 2 days that I lost in the 1 month I was gone. US. So anyway, I felt like I was in that in-between worlds state. So I felt like there was an opening for something to start to come up, and it's been growing these last couple days. And then with going for my Reiki treatment this morning, sorry, I'm still dealing with the sinus stuff that happened when I landed, when I was descending into the US. Something went sneeze, sneeze, sneeze. I'm not sick. It's just the end of like a sinus flare up or something. It was weird. Never really happens to me. So yeah, so that happened too. And so, yeah, something weird. I don't know what's coming, but when that in-between state this morning around 3:30, when I was drifting back to sleep, thinking about this, I was like, I wonder what's coming. And I tried to feel into like some old childhood memories I have, and like, you know, and you just sort of pause there and like wait for maybe surrounding memories to emerge. The real memories didn't emerge, but I got some, like, all I can call it are downloads, where in my mind's eye it was like this fast, flash, 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 of different symbols. Some might call it sacred geometry. I don't know enough about that, but that's the only thing. It was just like forever, just like until I finally drifted back to sleep. I don't know what that was, but it's happened a few other times in the last couple years of this crazy journey I've been on, of this ride. I don't know what to call it anymore, of like healing, integrating, spiritual awakenings, like just like deep shadow work. Like I'm just constantly nonstop doing the stuff, reflecting, journaling, recording these videos, thinking about this stuff, dreaming about this stuff. It's like right now that's all there is for me. I'm like, yes, it's time. It's like the floodgates have been opened. So these types of weird dream state things have just been happening. And so a quiet has descended this week since returning to the States. It started in the airport and it's continued. And there's just even been a being in the present moment more and more since being here. And I feel like I intended to bring that back with me. That started in Costa Rica, where I journaled about this or recorded videos. Like, there's no other choice but to be present. There's so much happening in a day, and you gotta fire on all cylinders and respond to what's coming at you at any moment. In the role that I was in down there, and it was beautiful, and I thrived. And so I said, I want to bring this back with me. And apparently I did. I've just been in the present moment. And then what's also out here is like, oh, there's some deeper healing that's coming, maybe some revelation, maybe some recovered memories, something's coming, and it feels related to my childhood traumas. And my Reiki practitioner this morning kind of confirmed that. And it also has to do with me stepping into my power, like fully, finally. And because of the emotion that came up, every time I think about that, it's definitely related. Now, how is this related to lesson 49? God's voice speaks to me all through the day. I think it had to do with that. This being quiet is where I'm like hearing, more readily able and willing to hear God speak to me all through the day. And I started to be quiet and listen even before this lesson appeared. And then this lesson appeared, and I'm like, aha, yes. That's why I don't even crave background music. Now I do it for my clients, but no, the rest of my life, no. I've listened to a couple podcasts here and there, but even not as much as I used to, or I've been accustomed to these last several months. And so I'm just sort of being quiet. Now I've been busy with my work, but I'm being quiet. I'm even talking less with clients. I mean, I say like, I'm getting to a place that I've been wanting to get to where I don't over communicate, because now it's like with craniosacral, there's so much education, and if you've never had it, and there doesn't have to be though. So I'm trying to gauge like who wants it, who's ready for it, who needs it in order to settle in, to drop in, who doesn't care, they just want to jump on the table and experience it, you know. So there's been a learning for me, and how to, like, what's the bare amount of information. So anyway, I feel like that's finally coming. I've been wanting that to come, of like, you don't need to talk too much. I've never wanted to talk very much. Only with this last 2 months of doing these videos has my voice really started to emerge. And I've had a lot of healing of the throat chakra or energy center. I've had a lot of sickness, illness there my whole life. Strep throat out the wazoo as a kid. Losing my voice a few times in the last couple years. Like, it has bubbled up to this point where then now the last couple of months it's just been like, and even the tension that I had here is dissipated, and then this hard to reach, impossible to reach thing is now dissipated. So I've been healing it in every angle I can think of, and there's still some there to heal. I noticed it creep up when I got the stage fright, the shaky voice. I was asked to record a demo. That was another new experience that I got to do as a TA in my bodywork class that I was TAing for down in Costa Rica, my massage school last month. It was probably this month that I did it, in February. But they asked me to do a little demo of how to dress the table. It was like the smallest demo you could give anybody. And I just appreciated the opportunity. Like, this will go down in history. Like, these students will have access to that video for life. And it fills me with joy knowing that a little piece of me is infused into their journey, because I remember my TAs and they are infused into my journey. And so I just feel so grateful for that. Not to mention, I have to do a video of this, but they wrote me a handmade card, and just my heart's still bursting. I have to do a video on that. But anyway, so we shared something special, and so I got to do this little video recording. Well, first of all, they put the headset mic on me, and then I'm like, oh shit, I'm talking in a mic, and then my voice instantly gets like, I'm like, I can talk fine without a mic in front of a group. That's not a problem. Put a mic on me, and I'm like, I wanted to say, hey, there's something wrong with this mic. It's making my voice sound shaky. But no, it was me. And then they recording me with the iPad, you know, taking a video of, so they could share the video on YouTube with the students. And so then I'm like, oh, this can't, and it was like not planned. They're just like, do you want to do the demo? I'm like, sure. I say yes and ask questions later. That's what I do in life. It's worked out well for me so far. Highly recommend it. I'm only kind of joking. Like, it's actually worked out really well for me. I truly believe in the power of yes. Worry about the details later. You can fly by the seat of your pants more than you think you can. It's like, what do they say? Jump and figure out how to build the plane on your way down or something. That's what I like to do. So anyway, it was wonderful. And so I got to use my voice and work through the shakies and the lack of breath. So there's still something there that needs healing. There's definitely breath work. I also noticed that my breath got constricted when I did 8 hours of craniosacral in a row on Friday. And I was like, what did I do to my diaphragm? I was like, that was wonderful, by the way. But then the whole next day I felt like I can't get a full breath. So I definitely have to work on, I need to do some breath work. I'm thinking like that's going to be next level stuff for me. And also getting back into meditation. Like I did some Vipassana. Oh, hi. We got the visitors here. Hi, Agador. Look at his beautiful face. So anyway, this is a long rambly one because I cleared space off of my phone so I could do a longer video. But it really, God's voice speaks to me all through the day. It's like it's everything I'm talking about is related to quieting, going internal, knowing what yet needs to be done in order to truly hear God's voice speak to me all through the day. It's already started, but I know it's like a clarity has come in, even though I don't have the clarity of what's going to emerge from my deep like history or even the whatever shadow work I still need to do. There's a clarity about some of the other aspects of what I need to heal physically that's going to still further open me on this journey, and then also bring a stillness where I can better able to listen, even down to those downloads last night, whatever those were. Like maybe that's part of the clarity that I've been feeling, like crap's getting cleared out. It's like only the bare essentials, please. And I no longer I'm building a lack of patience for stepping into my power. And what's coming is I'm listening for God's voice. God meaning even if it's just my own dang intuition, like quieting everything around me, no distractions, listen. And then gosh dang it, what am I here to do? What am I here to do? And that's the lack of patience. I'm like, I've tiptoed around it. I've given it its due time to emerge. And now I'm like, dang it, now's the time. And I truly feel that it's a blend of like, it's like not shooting down any opportunities that come my way just because out of fear or whatever, but really with clarity consider them and say, is this for me? Now I also want to do some that's why I'm going to spend the next little bit that I have some quiet time here before anyone comes home, truly listening and like truly brainstorming, like what are my passions? What brings me the most immense joy? What are those attributes of myself that I am proud to share with others? You know, and then mush it all together and say, what is this telling me? What is this telling me? Because I could go easily in 100 different directions. I've accumulated so many skills in this lifetime, so many friggin' degrees, so many friggin' certifications, so much training, so much practice. Like, I've got the stuff. Look at me pep talking myself because that's obviously what I need, because I'm still like, somebody tell me I'm good enough. Tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. No, it's my turn to finally tell myself what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm finally feeling that, not just waiting for the thing that's like, okay, that sounds good, I'll do that. Because it's easy. Because it means I don't have to put a stake in the ground and say, this is what I'm building, this is what I'm creating. Because it's scary to do that, isn't it? It's like, you know, I don't, at this point though, I'm not even like, what if it fails? Like, that doesn't bother me anymore. It's more about just like, okay, I have 100 things I can do. Friggin' pick one and do it. Or even pick 3 and do them. Because I love multiple income streams. I love variety, you know. So it's like, it doesn't have to be just one. But you get the point. Like, just friggin' do it already. Don't quit waiting for other people to validate me. I'm annoyed at myself. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what's coming up with lesson 49. Thanks for listening. I don't know why I made that face. Because I'm annoyed with myself. I'm just annoyed with myself. I'm finally speaking it. Man, I'm annoyed with myself. I've been told, like, okay, you want to hear something funny? My teacher down there, who I TA'd for, he actually was my TA when I was a student. He's like, what's wrong with you? You're a badass. He's like, do you have imposter syndrome? And I'm like, yes, I do. He called me a badass. Like, nobody had any constructive criticism for me at all down there. I just apparently slayed everything I was asked to do, and I was asked to, they kept putting more on me. Not putting it on me, they kept saying, do you want to do this? Do you want to do this? Do you want to help with this? And I kept saying, yes. And I think I did a good job for them. I mean, I slipped up a few times with different things. I'm like, oh, should have thought of that. Oh, should have thought of that. And everybody was like, it's fine. It's fine. I did that too when I was new. It's fine. Like, I'm like, shouldn't I be in trouble? Like, I'm waiting for somebody to, like, put me in timeout or, like, give me the cookies. Tell me I'm good enough. Like, what? I'm a freaking 47-year-old grown-ass adult. So anyway, I'm annoyed with myself. But when I was down there, he's like, you're a badass. He's like, just, like, own it. He's like, you and so-and-so, the other person, he's like, you guys have this weird imposter syndrome that you should not have because you're a badass. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And then my client today, this was a sign from the universe. She lays down on my table. We're about to begin craniosacral. And so obviously we're in a place of stillness, deep quietude, deep presence. I open my eyes and look down at her, and I see her shirt upside down, and it says, like, if you're looking upside down, it said bad, and then there was a picture of a donkey or ass on it, so it said badass, and I was like, oh, you. Okay, hold on, I gotta do some cranial, we'll get back to this. So anyway, I just died. I was just like, badass. Talk about the message. And then a few other messages have come through this week that are reiterations of things in such an uncanny way that it's like synchronicities out the wazoo, saying like, enough's enough already. And then my Reiki practitioner today, as soon as we sat down, she got this message, and then she was like about to tell me and then paused, and then the music went out and came back, and she's like, okay. She's like, my guides never let me try to skip something. They always turn out the lights or turn out the music whenever she tries to bypass a message that's meant for her clients. I think that's hilarious. So she told me, it was like, true power. Okay, I'm going to butcher this. True power it was like, power has the ability to destroy, but true power is used for creation, or something like that. So like, she was saying like, it's time to stop destroying your opportunities before they land. Like, quit shooting yourself in the foot. Quit making yourself small, and start creating, start building like what you're meant to be doing. And I take that to mean like, I have this comparison thing, like, oh, what's it supposed to look like? Well, it's supposed to look like the way, I have a knot in my hair. And then I keep saying, no, it doesn't have to look like anything. It doesn't have to look like anybody else. And it doesn't, oh shit, oh man, that's a rat's nest. How'd that happen? Ow. I'll get that later. So anyway, that's my message to myself too. It's like, stop looking around and comparing. Stop. Like, it's just your thing. So that's why I'm still delaying by talking to you more. But I'm going to get off here and like really go into quiet for this next hour that I have and take this knot out of my hair and then start brainstorming like, what is this? What am I supposed to be doing? Maybe I'm just supposed to be talking to you. Okay, I gotta go. Lesson 49. God's voice speaks to me all through the day. If I'll just shut up. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.